Hello everyone, so today I'll be talking about my nutrition, how I actually fuel myself before my training runs, during my training runs, and also after my training runs. So first I'll start about my nutrition before I start my training run. Usually I will perform my runs early in the morning, so that is when I will do my fasted state runs. What this will do is actually it will teach my body how to burn fats more efficiently as a source of fuel. This is because the body actually utilizes carbohydrates or glycogen or the glycogen stores in your body primarily as a way to fuel yourself. So by waking up after an 8 hours of sleep, your body will be pretty much depleted in terms of your glycogen stores. So therefore, this will force the body to tap on the fats reserve to actually burn them and then keep me going. So this will usually allow me to run for around 2 hours before I need to take in calories. However, I have known of people who are not used to performing faster state runs. They will actually feel giddy and faintish if they carry out such a run. So therefore, I would recommend you to take in some form of calories before you actually start your run. So things like a banana, a small bowl of oatmeal, or maybe some porridge before you start running will actually make you feel much better. In addition, if you want to try faster state run, I would recommend you to run a distance or for a duration which is slightly lower or lesser than where you are used to, because you won't have an idea of how this will actually affect your body. So as with any new form of stimulus, go into it slowly, ease into it slowly. Then my morning runs, I will actually also perform some afternoon runs or sometimes evening runs. So for this, I will have been awake for quite a while. Therefore, I will have to take in a solid meal, probably about 1.5 to 2 hours before my training run. So what I'll eat is probably a plate of chicken rice or any form of solid meal. And I think the duration as to when you eat before the run actually can vary, because I think different people have different metabolism rate. For me, sometimes I can even eat as late as 1 hour before my training run and I still can run without feeling the food in my stomach. So you really got to experiment with it and then see what works best for you. So next, I'll move on to talk about how I fuel myself during my training runs. So right now, when I'm training up towards the Wild Goose Chase Ultrarunning Festival, I will be doing quite a fair bit of back-to-back long runs. In fact, I'll be doing back-to-back long runs every weekend. So therefore, these runs can last between anywhere from 2 hours to 5 hours. My main way of fueling myself during these training runs will be using Tailwind Nutrition. So it is actually a sachet which actually contains electrolytes and also some calories. So generally I'll be taking 1 serving of Tailwind Nutrition every hour to hour and a half, it depends. So that's between 100 to 200 calories. As we all know, ultra running, it is a deficit game. So it is a caloric deficit game, because every hour you'll be burning about 800 kilocalories, but then every time you only can take in about 1 to 200. So it is advisable to start taking your calories early on. During the race, I will start with 1 flask containing Tailwind Nutrition, the other flask with plain water. However, during my training runs, for the first hour or 2 hours, I will actually not put Tailwind Nutrition into either of my 2 soft flasks, because I want to train my body to run faster. However, after that, I will top up 1 of the flasks with Tailwind Nutrition and the other flask containing plain water, and then I will just keep refueling the Tailwind Nutrition every hour to hour and a half, so as to practice taking down some form of calories during the race itself. Also, just be careful that during the race itself, you might experience some form of GI issues. So do test out what you want to eat, what you want to consume during the race itself during training, so as to not experience this kind of issue. It will actually help to mitigate the risk of actually getting GI issues during the race itself. Lastly, I'll be talking about how I fuel myself after the workout, after the runs. So firstly, definitely for sure, take in enough carbohydrate, enough protein as well. This is because for carbohydrates, everyone knows by the end of your run, you'll be totally depleted. So it is essential to just take in carbs. For me, I feel that you shouldn't worry about limiting your carbs intake because you are burning too much. But of course not, you also shouldn't gorge yourself with carbs. So like eating 4 plates of rice at one go is probably not a good idea. So just eat as per normal, don't restrict your diet. Secondly would be also to eat adequate amount of protein, particularly for vegetarians. This is because if I'm actually out on the trails, on the road, running for hours, and the body will experience a lot of micro trauma in the legs. So therefore, by taking enough protein, this will actually help my body recover faster through protein synthesis to rebuild the muscles to become stronger. Typically, I would say if you want a guideline as to how much protein we should consume for endurance athlete like us, it will be between 1.3 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So for me, I'm 70 kg. That will be about 105 grams of protein, which is, if you look at it, it is actually not a lot. So I feel that there isn't really a need to take any protein supplement. You can actually get all your protein sources through animal products as well as vegetables. I know most of you have been following my Instagram story, and I have been eating quite a lot of foods which are considered really sinful. So I do not deny that. So what I actually do is, my philosophy of eating is actually, when I'm home, I will tend to eat cleaner, and when I'm out, I don't like to restrict my diet too much because I feel that there is a certain form of social element to eating. So when I'm home, I tend to take in more complex carbohydrates like your brown rice and also basmati rice, things like that. However, when I'm out, I just eat whatever which I feel like. The difference between eating out and eating at home is that when I'm eating at home, I'll tend to take in more vegetables as well and more fruits. A lot of times this has been neglected. Taking in fruits and veggies which contains a lot of antioxidants, vitamin A, C, and E. So what this will actually do is it will help you to recover faster because antioxidants actually help to reduce inflammation. And when we train, our body produces a lot of free radicals. So these free radicals can actually cause inflammation in the body, which will actually hinder the body's ability to recover. By taking in antioxidants, you actually reduce the inflammation and then help you recover better. So one thing is to include nutrition dense foods. One source would be cruciferous vegetables like your broccoli, cauliflower, and bok choy. Cruciferous vegetables are high in antioxidants, high in fiber, and also they contain some chemicals which actually helps to prevent cancer. So if you have been following my Instagram story, you will notice that I actually take in quite a lot of broccoli. One reason is the benefits which I've told you about just a while ago, and then secondly is because they actually taste really nice. I prefer my broccoli to be boiled. However, you can try steamed broccoli or actually even grilled broccoli. So it's really up to your personal preference how you want to prepare these vegetables. There are many different ways of preparing it. Find a way to find which is your most preferred way of cooking and then after that just go ahead and indulge in it. Next, you have to get in enough water. I cannot emphasize this enough. Taking in more water doesn't mean after a training run, you gulp down 1.5 liters of water and then you're done for the day. No, it doesn't work that way. So um, how our body can only absorb a certain amount of water at any one point of time. So let's say if you gulp down maybe 1 liter or 1.5 liters, the body will absorb X amount and then the rest of it will be passed on as urine. It's crucial to actually consistently drink small amounts throughout the day after you have ended your workout. Water actually helps in digestion, so it helps you to digest your food properly and also helps you to absorb these minerals better. What's more, water also helps to lubricate the joints. So by being dehydrated, you're actually putting yourself at risk of not recovering well. Lastly will be supplements. So usually I don't take much supplements because I feel that I'm able to get in most of my sources from whole foods itself, with the exception of one. So when I'm training quite a fair bit, like now when I'm doing quite a bit of back-to-back long runs, I will take vitamin C supplements. So I'll take anywhere between 1000 milligram to 1500 milligram to actually boost my immune system. I find that if I don't take vitamin C supplements, because of my high training volume, I'll tend to fall sick very easily. So therefore, I will always take this when I'm training on high volume. One caution to note is that you cannot exceed the recommended upper limit dosage of 2000 milligrams for vitamin C, as it can cause certain form of complications like diarrhea or even formation of kidney stones. So just be aware of it. You need some form of supplements, but then don't overtake it. After all, they are supplements. They are not there to actually replace your fruits, vegetables, and your whole food sources. So these are some of the nutrition tips which I actually abide to during my training leading up to the Wild Goose Chase Ultra. If you have any questions or queries, do feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below, or actually you can even DM me or personal message me. Catch you guys next week.